Now at 5, new information on mortgage rates and how they will affect the local housing economy. Plus, the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce hosts a veteran entrepreneurs workshop for vets.
President Trump looks to distance himself from Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book. I'm Torian Small at the White House with reaction from the administration as lawmakers roll out documents from Epstein's estate.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Currently, mortgage rates are on a slight decrease over the country, but what does that mean for those looking for a new home? This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach. With the economy in continual flux, it bears the question, is now the right time to buy a home? The Federal Reserve is set to meet in mid-September about interest rates. The current rate is 4.25%. Mortgages are not directly influenced by the federal interest rate. Instead, they're affected by the 10-year Treasury yield. Arvest Bank says mortgages change ahead of the federal rate.
We like to say that mortgage rates kind of lead the pack. So we've actually already seen mortgage rates trend down a little bit over the past few weeks. And when the feds meet next Wednesday, those rates that's your prime rate that they're looking to lower. And prime is tied to more short-term money.
Like Sweet says, mortgage rates are already dropping before the Fed meets next week. Tonight on KOAM News at 6, what home buyers need to know right now. The Heartland Patriots Festival and Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce hold a Veterans Entrepreneurs Workshop at Crowder College at the Joplin Advanced Training Technology Center today. About a dozen veterans were in attendance to gain insight into starting small businesses. Representatives from multiple organizations spoke and answered questions.
If we can remove some of the unknowns, if we can help them overcome some whatever fear there may be about starting a business and recognize what's involved risk-wise, what resources are available in the community for them, it may make it easier for them to do this and start a business.
This is the first year for the event. Organizations in attendance included the Small Business Association, the Small Business Development Center at MSSU, and Veterans Affairs. The Missouri House passes a bill to redraw congressional districts, sending the measure to the Senate for debate. Supporters say the Republican-led effort is meant to ensure Missouri's voice in Washington reflects the state's conservative majority. If passed, the bill would divide Missouri's 5th congressional district into 3 seats, each already represented by Republicans. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us with a first look at weather.
Yeah, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good Tuesday for us today. We did have a few random showers. We're going to see that again as we go into Wednesday as well, but most of you will end up staying drier. Also, temperatures tomorrow, mid to upper 80s for Wednesday, but the 90s return. We haven't seen the 90s in quite some time, about 3 weeks across the region, but 90s by Thursday, stays hot all the way into early next week. All right, so we had a couple little showers. We still have a little cluster southwestern Missouri. These are going to shift off toward the south into the east. It looks pretty good for us tonight. We'll drop back into the mid 60s. A little bit hotter on your Wednesday. We're going to go into the upper 80s. There may be a random shower that tries to get in here as we go through the afternoon. But for the evening, dodging a couple showers, slide back through the 70s into the 60s. We'll look at that heat here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. The White House and lawmakers on Capitol Hill are reacting to the release of a birthday message purportedly from President Trump to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in 2003. Now, the president had previously called the note fake. Plus, the latest labor numbers show the job market is slowing. Torian Small has more from the White House.
The head of the House committee investigating the Jeffrey Epstein case is downplaying a message allegedly from President Trump to Epstein in 2003. The estate of the convicted sex offender turned the documents over to the committee, along with an apparent message from former President Bill Clinton.
This is about the victims. This is about embarrassing President Trump or Bill Clinton. This is about the victims.
President Trump has denied writing the note and making a sexually suggestive sketch. He's pursuing a defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for having earlier reported it.
That this absolutely was not the president's authentic signature.
House Democrats are trying to force a vote on compelling the release of the Epstein files.
If Republicans don't want to engage in a cover-up of pedophilia and this pedophilia ring, they should go sign this discharge petition.
On an economic front, the Bureau of Labor Statistics issued a major revision Tuesday showing the U.S. added 911,000 fewer jobs than initially estimated over a 12-month period that ended in March.
The president has been highly critical of BLS and the data. In August, he fired the Bureau's commissioner.
We need accurate numbers. We need truthful and honest data, which is why the president took the monumental step to try and appoint and confirm new leadership at the BLS so we can have data that we can actually rely on.
In light of the sharp downward revision, the White House has once again called on the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates when it meets later this month. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
Well, the monthly jobs data is based on a survey of businesses, and some companies respond after the agency's initial jobs report has been issued. Because of that, the BLS updates its data to reflect the new information. Still ahead, rolling out the red carpet for the annual Emmy Awards.
The Emmy Awards are this Sunday.
I'm Wendy Gillette in West Hollywood, California, with how the stars get ready for the big event and where some of them are staying.
And next in Health Watch, how one female climber undergoes brain surgery and stays awake through the procedure. Topping today's Health Watch, rock climbing is dangerous enough, so imagine feeling sudden weakness and not being able to grip. That's what was happening to a woman from Chicago. Turns out she had a cyst in her brain, and the only way to remove it was through surgery. A surgery done while she was awake. Lauren Victory has her story.
7 years since the first time I started climbing.
And in 2022, Sophie Lind, the geologist who loves to analyze rocks, became obsessed with navigating them too. Until a strange feeling of weakness crept in. She noticed a problem with her grip too.
My right hand, after like maybe 5-10 seconds, would just like unfurl, even though in my head I'm telling my hand to like stay there.
Then came seizure-like symptoms, which prompted her to get an MRI. It revealed a cyst in her brain, likely caused by a procedure she had as a child. Northwestern medicine neurosurgeon Dr. Matthew Potts took the case.
You got this?
Turns out Dr. Potts is a rock climber too.
From the first day we met, I think we had that connection and that bond.
Dr. Potts understood the difficulties his patient was describing.
Symptoms she was having wasn't necessarily preventing her from working, but it was absolutely preventing her from doing this hobby that she loves.
The treatment they settled on, brain surgery. The operation had to be done while Lynn was awake.
Doing a surgery in this part of the brain can be dangerous. We worry that any injury to the brain could permanently affect language or movement. By having her awake, we could ask her to read some words.
The 27-year-old was clamoring to climb again and waited only 2 weeks after surgery to hit the gym, where...
Whoa, that's a little bit early.
She ran right into Dr. Potts.
Oh no, you shouldn't see me here.
It was great to see her doing so well.
Like a superhero movie moment where you have I felt like, oh, I have my strength back.
Lynn's seizures are under control. The right side of her body back in action. Lauren Victory, CBS News, Chicago.
Nearly half of people with diabetes are not aware they have it. Obesity is a major problem with Americans these days. A University of Washington study finds an estimated 44% of people with diabetes were unaware of their condition. Young adults in particular are often underdiagnosed. The study also found worldwide only around 1 in 5 diabetes patients have their blood sugar levels managed optimally. The Trump administration's Make America Healthy Again Commission releases recommendations today to improve the health of children. Called Make Our Children Healthy Again, the 20-page report outlines 128 directives and strategies. To meet its goals, the commission plans to launch new studies as well as improve collaboration between health agencies. Specific targets include improving air and water quality, limiting microplastics, removing chemical additives from food, and increasing breastfeeding rates. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. chairs the MAHA Commission.
A lot of these 128 recommendations are things that I've been dreaming about my whole life. I've been working for in congressional campaigns and presidential campaigns for other candidates. And they get into office and they say, well, we just can't do it. A lot of these things are
Kennedy says some of these ideas also came from discussions with farmers, teachers, and doctors. The report also focuses on harm from vaccines, electromagnetic radiation, and fluoride. Ideas medical experts have labeled as conspiracy theories. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, the Rocky Horror Picture Show turns 50.
And we still have some showers on the forecast and heat. We're going to talk about that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a decent Tuesday for us today. We had some scattered showers out there. We still have some scattered showers across a very small segment of the four-state area. A complex kind of dropped in this morning, mainly areas along north of I-44. You guys got a few hit and miss showers. We do still have a few out there right now, a couple little lightning bolts, not a big deal, but you can see this little cluster kind of flaring up and moving off toward the south and to the east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Very hit and miss. The south of Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, over toward Lamar into Jasper County. Let's go in a little bit closer. Mount Vernon, you're kind of on deck. This is going to start to push in, just kind of clipping Carthage over toward Avila, right up I-49 once you hit Jasper, some moderate rain. And then again on the southeast side of Pittsburgh, kind of flaring up, flaring down over the next couple hours and pretty much out of here. Let me walk you through time. Let's see what is going to happen. We're going to go into your Wednesday morning. We're going to start with partly cloudy skies, temperatures comfortable into the lower 60s. Big story weather-wise is going to be the heat starting to kick back in. Now tomorrow we're still going to be tracking some showers out across central Kansas, and 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these guys could get in southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma as we go into the afternoon hours. So kind of hit and miss, very similar to what we're seeing today. However, temperatures tick up a little bit. Now we're looking at 86, 87, 88 degrees for afternoon highs. Any showers that would be out there kind of fall apart tomorrow night. Let's go into Thursday, mid 60s. So a warmer start, hotter finish. We return to about 90 for afternoon highs. Now we haven't seen the 90s in a few weeks, so this is going to be something that our bodies aren't quite used to, at least compared to what we've seen over the past couple weeks, but still not that far above our average high for this time of the year. But it kind of kicks up into the mid 90s as we go into the weekend. All right, day planner, 65 in the morning, 81 by noon, high temp about 87 degrees. Looks pretty good right now, but you can see those showers. Great shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex looking northeast right through downtown. So a few hit and miss showers if you are going to be out this evening. Most of you are going to be dry as we slide back through the 70s. A little bit cooler northern parts of the viewing area just due to those clouds and showers. Everybody else mainly into the lower 80s. And the reason we are seeing these, we keep getting these weak little waves that kind of ride over this ridge, but we want to watch this ridge because this is going to build in as we head into the weekend. And what that means for you is it gets hotter as we go through the next several days. In fact, by Friday, we're going to be into the low to mid 90s across the region. We're going to continue this as we go into the weekend. Now, good news here, the humidity is not going to be too extreme, so at least we're not going to be dealing with heat indices at 105 or 110 like we saw this summer. Let's go into Friday night. High school football, look at this, a hotter start into the mid to upper 80s. We drop back into the upper 70s once we get to the fourth quarter of games. 87 on your Wednesday, random shower. 90 Thursday, 93 Friday, 94 Saturday. A very hot August-like weekend, even though we're moving into the middle of September, but a pretty good stretch of heat moving in over the next week.
All right. Well, I mean,
what do you do, right?
Right. I wish summer would just be over with at this point.
I know.
It's nearing mid-September.
I agree.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Well, coming up, as movie stars prepare to walk the red carpet, see the celebrity hotspots in West Hollywood where they get ready for their big night. Topping today's Consumer Watch, PNC Financial announces plans to buy First Bank Holding Company in a deal worth more than $4 billion. The acquisition would expand PNC westward into Arizona and Colorado, where it would become the largest bank in Denver. The deal is expected to be completed sometime early next year, after which all First Bank branches will convert to PNC. The Emmy Awards are this Sunday, broadcast live right here on KOAM. It can take weeks for stars to prepare to walk the red carpet. In today's Travel Tuesday, CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette is in Southern California visiting some of the celebrity hotspots in West Hollywood where they get ready for a big night. And so can you.
Fancy a little cold plasma? The treatment is part of the red carpet facial at Ulla Henriksen Spa in West Hollywood that celebrities embrace.
Why people really want it is glass skin. Dewy, glowy, plumpy, hydrated, brightened skin.
The facial includes V-Soto and Ulla Henriksen skin products and a human growth factor serum.
It helps to extend the results by about 10 days.
Just down the road in this wellness mecca, Next Health also draws celebrity clientele, offering IV, cryo, and infrared light therapies, along with vitamin shots.
All of these things really help to promote health from the inside, but the effect is that you appear healthier on the outside.
Stars seeking privacy will sometimes opt for a spa like this one at the nearby Sunset Marquis, where red light technology combats aging. The hotel where we stayed for a special rate has villas with private entrances and space to decompress in the heart of the city.
You walk through the breezeway and there's these beautiful 3.5 acres of gardens here.
The hotel is also home to Nightbird Recording Studios. The underground hideaway has 3 different studios where dozens of Grammy Award-winning records have been produced.
Jed Lieber owns the studio that attracts plenty of big names.
Everyone from Aerosmith to ZZ Top, A to Z, has worked here. One of my favorite sessions was Monty Python.
When it comes to Tinseltown's body conscious, they can fuel up on protein-rich sushi at Uchi, then burn it off at Dog Pound, where trainer Kara Lazowskis prepares busy performers for big events.
We stick to a full-body approach so they're able to consistently come in the gym, so the soreness is mitigated, but they continue to train.
She recommends a minimum of 3 strength training sessions a week to get anyone red carpet ready. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, West Hollywood, California.
Treatments at Next Health start at $50 and the red carpet facial costs just under $500. Well, comedian Nate Bargatze is gearing up to host the 77th Annual Emmy Awards. The 46-year-old Tennessee native became the highest grossing stand-up comedian in the country last year and has hosted Saturday Night Live twice. Appearing on CBS Morning, Bargatze discussed his plan to bring good, clean humor to the Emmy stage. Well, final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the story of the bus driver who became a CEO and changed an entire city's commute. And then on KOAM News at 6, we hear more information about mortgage rates in the Joplin area. Plus, see why the SEK Humane Society Animal Shelter may close after 50 years. And a preview to the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons football squad. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. When it comes to the most beloved cult classic films ever made, the Rocky Horror Picture Show is certainly a top contender. And it's been entertaining audiences for 5 decades and counting. For the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which started out as a box office flop, this month marks 50 years of playing in theaters. It's a camp parody of horror and sci-fi films with one unabashed theme: sexual freedom. Rocky Horror was written by the guy singing Time Warp, Richard O'Brien. It began as a stage musical in London in 1973. Now, legendary music producer Lou Adler saw the show early on and brought it to his club, the Roxy, in Los Angeles. Have you ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Nope.
We've had so many newsrooms discussions over this, and I have yet to go see it.
Yeah,
I need to. It's a cult classic.
Yeah, there
Final
you go.
check of the forecast?
Yeah, a random shower once again for us tomorrow, but starting to heat up a bit. 87 tomorrow, and we hit 90 on Thursday.
All right, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll be back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.